I just finished this portrait with the messiest medium in art, and my hands are clean enough to handle a wedding gown. Charcoal usually leaves you looking like you crawled out of a coal mine, yet my hands are squeaky clean. I shared this piece in my community a couple of days ago and asked you guys how long you thought it took, and an overwhelming majority said 5 hours or more. Friends, it took less than half an hour. I can't wait for you to try this technique. Now, this isn't a lesson in how to construct a face. This is a quick and easy charcoal blending effect. You should have a sketch already on your page before practicing this. So, I drew one for you to save time. My gift to everyone. Your printed outline will be so pale that it won't interfere with charcoal, yet no matter how much charcoal you layer on top of it, you'll still be able to see your lines. Which is great, that's exactly what you want. Me, I'm working on top of my actual original graphite sketch, so I get the same deal. I'm just gonna quickly outline this in a charcoal pencil so you guys can actually see what's going on, but you don't need to follow this step unless you just want to practice to loosen up your hand. Classic compressed charcoal comes in these big, bulky sticks, or bricks rather, and everyone who picks one up immediately goes, "What on earth am I supposed to do with this thing?" I shave mine down to a powder using sandpaper sharpeners. Just grind it down. This is now our paint. Charcoal sticks come in hard, medium, and soft, which translates to light, medium, and dark. You only need medium for this exercise. One type, one stick, don't even worry about the others. Easy peasy. And now that we have the powders, we want to throw in a black charcoal pencil and a white charcoal pencil, and we're all set for the project. I'm working on toned paper, by the way, Strathmore Artigan, which is recycled, so we get to save the planet while we make art. Yay! Now the magic happens with this little guy. This is a blending stump. These come in packs and they cost practically nothing. Link in the description. You dip your stump into the black powder and start placing shadows directly onto the page. You can also use a regular paintbrush for broader coverage. I know, right now this looks absolutely terrifying. It's messy and chaotic. I'm not carefully shading between the lines like I usually do. I'm actually just adding darkness everywhere and this broad cloud-like spray spilling way beyond my regular outlines. It looks like I ruined my beautiful sketch, but I'm actually exactly where I need to be. You may be wondering, how will this ever look like a polished portrait? Trust me, there's reason to my madness. You'll see. My white charcoal pencil and powder are looking awesome here. Highlights in seconds. Seconds! Oh, and here's a lesson I learned the hard way. Keep your black stumps and your white stumps separate. Label them if you have to, because if you dip the white stump into the black powder, that blender will be tainted and it will never give you pure white pigment again. But you know what? That's not even a problem for the drawing itself. You just sacrificed a single stump to the dark side, so what? We have so many. You'll be happy to hear that charcoal is the most forgiving medium on the planet, despite beginner students fearing it like the plague. I'll keep saying this over and over again because I need you guys to believe it. Too dark? Lighten it. Too light? Darken it. Want to remove pigment entirely? No problem. Want to redo the whole section? Go for it. Nothing is ever locked in with charcoal. You can go from black to white and back again as many times as you like. You don't even need to use an eraser. The only other medium that gives you this kind of flexibility is oil paint, but it takes 3 days to dry and has a learning curve of several years. This is instant. So don't be afraid of charcoal, it's actually super friendly. Now that we're working with charcoal in pencil form, our workflow will slow down a bit because pencil detail requires a little bit more precision. The powder and the stumps handle the big shapes, the broad shadows, the overall form. But individual hairs, those tiny wrinkles, that's all pencil work. And this stage takes the longest. But longest here still means just minutes, not hours. Why? Because most of the work is already done. The light and shadow stage is set. I actually have something funny to confess. This portrait was supposed to be someone else. It was supposed to be a girl. I was working on this beautiful outlaw girl and I got all the way through the black charcoal stage and was halfway through this white stage when I realized that at some point I paused my camera and never hit record again. Oops. Naturally, in the heat of passion, I ripped it up and threw the whole thing away. Here it is, straight from the trash. See? Proof of failure. It happens. But guess what? It's not a big deal. I was only a few minutes in with my black charcoal, so who cares? This setback actually gave me the pause I needed to consider doing a more involved portrait, which ended up being this guy. And I think that was a good decision. Being able to work this fast allows you the freedom to experiment, to change your mind, or in my case, to mess up terribly. Oh, this part is so cool! Look at these individual white hairs. That contrast between the blur underneath and the sharp line on top is exactly what makes this effect so striking. I'm building these hairs one by one with my charcoal pencil, and each hair catches the light differently. This technique is also fantastic for fur. Animals are incredible subject for charcoal and blenders. And here's what I love the most about this stage. If I overlook an area, if I get too fussy with the details and it's starting to look too controlled, I just come in with my stump and smudge everything right back again. Poof, gone, softened. And then I come back in with my pencils again. I keep going back and forth like this, darkening, lightening, smudging, sharpening, until I find the look that feels right. I just bend the world to my will. I'm constantly adjusting. That's why I keep referring to this as sculpting, because we're literally just molding this shape on paper out of nothing, just light and shadow. It's a truly satisfying experience. Alt faces are your best friend on this too. Wrinkles, character lines, deep shadows. There's no wrong way to shade a wrinkle. This is a very safe subject for practice because you genuinely can't mess it up. As long as you have a solid character sketch, which you do, because I gave you one. Now, I'm able to freehand these faces in seconds because I've spent years learning how to draw. And while this effect is fast, the skill of constructing a subject from nothing, building proportions, adding realistic detail, all that takes dedicated practice and usually years of work. Fortunately, I've made a course that speeds that up for you as well. The fundamentals of drawing in my academy takes you from zero to drawing like this in just 4 weeks. Thousands of students have already gone through this program, and the before and after transformations are insane. If you're watching this thinking, I could never sketch this outline myself, yes, you can. You just need someone to show you how. If you're interested specifically in faces alone, I have a course on that too. The easy way to draw faces. All links in the description. My job on this show and in my school is to teach you how to achieve stunning, complicated-looking effects like this with fast and easy techniques. I hope this lives up to my standard and that I've inspired you to give charcoal a chance. I'm finishing this piece with big white strokes from my blender to suggest his shoulder. I want you to notice that I'm not detailing the shoulder. I'm not obsessing over the fabric or anything. I barely even finished his beard. This is the artistic dichotomy that gives this piece a professional gallery-worthy look. Fine sharp detail on the character's face, and soft, messy, brushy strokes everywhere else. We don't want to finish every detail, that would be overworking the piece. The contrast between the precise and the unfinished is what makes the viewer's eyes go straight to the face of the character. And it also keeps the portrait from feeling overworked. And speaking of overworked, I want to share another thing with you. This is a portrait of a woman I did just in charcoal pencils. No blenders, no stumps, no powder. And I think it came out really well. It's quite attractive, it's very clean and polished, but it took 3 hours. And perhaps it's a little bit too polished. There's almost something clinical about it. The blender method, on the other hand, gives you a more artistic and painterly result. And in a fraction of the time. And this actually gives me an idea. Do you guys want to see me do this character with the blender method and see how long that takes and if it looks more attractive? If so, drop me a comment right now. And if you're ready to learn how to build faces from scratch so you can create your own outlines for pieces like this, I have the perfect video for that. Follow the link on the screen right now and get started with the easy way to draw faces.